Good morning everyone, hope you're well. I'm just getting ready to go out this morning, it's quite early. I'm going to go and stand in the queue for Dunelm. There's been lots of changes in the house over the last maybe, well, full lockdown. And we've been making big changes in the living room. We've made it a bit brighter, we've been doing a wee bit of panelling, and we've also built out our window ledge a wee bit as well. So I'm actually off to Dunelm this morning because I'm planning on making a window seat for there. But I need to get really thick foam wadding stuff. Wadding? Never sure how to say that. But yeah, I'm so tired. I can really hear it in my voice this morning. I'm shattered, but I'm going to go and get a drive-through coffee, go and wait in the queue, and hopefully I won't be waiting for too long because it's pouring rain just now. But yeah, I need to get something to basically do this area here. You should probably see just now I've got like a top board that I've like basically cut to size. I'm going to put the foam on top of it, material on top of that, and then I'm going to upholster it and make it all like buttons, so that we can have that as like a seated area. And then yesterday, I think it was yesterday, we seen on YouTube a little hack for something that I've been going on about for ages. Is I want to get a bench for my dining table, like a dining bench, almost like a banquet or a booth you would get in a restaurant. And I seen someone on YouTube had used an IKEA TV unit. So we've built that out. So that's basically your whole base, and then we're going to build that up with foam, put a huge big piece of like basically seat on top of that. So that's what I'm going to get this morning. And then we're also going to get a huge piece for the back and do like a button back on it. But I think in the first instance I'm only going to buy this part just now because I've not got the extra board and everything for the back, and I'll get the seat done. It means we've actually got the bench area finished. And we can get the rest of it at another date. But yeah, I'm really wanting to get this done today and get the other one done. So yeah, that's my plan today. I thought I'd take you with me because we've not done a little kind of come shop with me in a while. Hopefully I can get some nice footage for you, but I know things are really weird just now with lockdown and the masks, and you know, it's not the easiest of times, is it? So we're going to go just now. I'll go and get a wee drive-through coffee, and hopefully we're not waiting in the queue for too long. So here are all the buttons. I think I'm going for this one in grey for my button backs, but not really a great choice, that's the only thing. I also got this to protect the fabric so that we can wipe any spills. Right, so I'm just back. I've actually not got the foam yet. My friend's boyfriend, fiance, works for a foam cutting company, so he's basically going to do it for me. So I'm going to go and collect that in an hour. I went and got Greg's because it's open again, and I was delighted to get myself a sausage, bean and cheese melt and cakes for the kids as well. So I also went to B&Q and got more wood panels. I say wood panels, it's just laminate flooring, for doing the wall. And apparently Frizz had been building the bed, but he said that one of the packs, Charlie's bed's grey, we got my new bed, I've not even told you this, got Charlie a new bed because he wanted the same as my nephew Jack, and one of the packs are white and it's maybe a grey bed from IKEA. So I'm hoping that it's just the inside of the drawers or something, but we'll soon see because I cannot be bothered. I was in IKEA queue yesterday for what, an hour and 20 minutes? Not fun. Not fun times at all. So I don't really fancy going back there anytime soon. They're not delivering in my area at the moment. So that's where we're at. I'm going to go in and have my Greg's, have a wee cup of tea with them, see the kids because I've not really seen them this morning, and then I'll show you what I've managed to pick up today and what I still need to get. Welcome to the reality of my house. There's stuff everywhere. There's boxes everywhere. There's wood everywhere, much to Maggie's delight because she's loving it. She was shredding bits up, but look, this is the best use of cardboard box ever. How gorgeous, Ella!
I'm making these blue and some black. Which one's underneath the rainbow?
There's a heart under the rainbow. Oh, let's see, Charlie.
But it's not really finished
gorgeous.
Yet.
Is it not finished? Oh, watch the floor, darling.
Guess what?
Gentle, Charlie.
I need to put the treasure at the next bit.
Oh, wow. Careful of the carpet, darling.
I'll make it too.
That's gorgeous. Oh, is that the golden coins, Ella?
Yeah.
Oh, save us. It's the warmest day ever. Kids are over at my mum's playing in the garden. I thought I would just come back and get a load of this stuff to the dump. So here goes the most satisfying time lapse possibly of me breaking some cardboard boxes.
I don't have to party to have fun, you see. I got different hobbies and that's make it. Yeah, all hard work's gonna be worth it. Ooh, everyone who didn't believe it, they don't know worth it. I'm gonna try, gonna try, gonna try. Work till I die, till I die, till I die. I'm gonna fail and get up, 'cause I'm not giving up on my dream. I'm gonna cry, gonna cry, gonna cry.
Oh my god, my car looks like a van. So dirty. Hello. Hey Max. Are you coming to see the kiddos with me? You coming? Oh. Good kiddo. Oh, is that nice? Look at you, passenger seat. What you like? I've just popped the seatbelt through her harness. I'm hoping it's going to keep her still. I actually look so done in. I cannot believe this. I'm wearing a top that says you've got this when I look like I clearly don't have it at all. Right, that's a bit better. You're basically balancing on boxes. Right, so I quickly wanted to show you what I got in Dunelm today. I've made a rookie error though. So I got this foam. This is it here. It's all perfectly sized, except I need to cut out a kind of square at each corner because it fits round the window sill. So I need to do that, which is fine, easily done. It's really good though. I got 7 centimetre thickness, so that's the one thing I was told when I was ever going to be upholstering anything, is get high density foam, because when you sit on it you do not want it to collapse. So I went to Dunelm today to get bits for that. What are you, no! What have you got to say for yourself? Did you bite the wood? Don't you like your lips? Okay, so this is a piece of board that we're going to put on top of the window ledge, and we're working out where exactly we want to make the holes. Look at my socks. Where we want to make the holes on the board to then eventually put the foam down, the fabric down, and then we're going to obviously drill some holes and then put the thread through the button and then pull it through, so we get that nice kind of tufted top on top of this. Okay, so now we've got the grid worked out. I've just changed my mind on the setup. So before I said we were going to use the centre of each square, like this part here, to put a button, but we've got 8 complete squares in total at the bottom and then in total at the top, so it was not working out very well. So instead what I'm going to do is use the grid as obviously the kind of equidistant, like you need to do this, you have to grid it out because otherwise it's just a nightmare to work out. I've just got the buttons here, I've put 7 down instead of the 8. And this is the shape we're going to make, so it's going to kind of go in a bit of a zigzag, but obviously each of these are going to pull in really tight, so you're going to get that really nice sort of crimped, pulled in, tufted edge on it. So you might have seen that we obviously, sorry for all the racket, we have used basically laminate flooring to kind of clad this area of the window seat, and we wanted to bring some more wood into the room, so behind the TV we're going to have this big wooden clad wall. I really like the look of this. I love how wood and then like kind of neutrals just kind of tie in together. We've had to go around like the TV bracket and loads of things, so this will all be hidden. I am so pleased with how this has turned out. It's exactly what we were looking for, but the things we looked at online were just so expensive, and I think this has worked out about maybe just over £30. Hello, so I'm here to provide an update of what happened after that night. So when we tried to upholster the kind of top piece of hardboard for the bench, it was a total fail. So my understanding was you had to use foam and then just basically just cover that with material, drill some holes and pull some buttons through, but we did it each time, and then because the foam's quite dense, it was just literally bursting right through the fabric. So what you're supposed to do is then cover that with like a wadding. Don't this. Yeah, so it was just a fail, a complete fail. It's like, I don't know what I did wrong, because we watched that many YouTube tutorials and I don't really remember anyone else using the wadding, or maybe I just completely missed the point. But Dale, no power tools. I'm brushing my teeth. That is not your toothbrush. Yeah, I don't really know what we did wrong. Well, I don't know what we did wrong. We never used any of the thick wadding. So scrap it. Please stop heckling me. The dog's barking, listen. Maggie, it's fine. It's just your dad. Okay, so anyway, we should have used that, but having said that, we ended up just using that piece of material, even though it had a hole in it, to just cover that area anyway. And see, now having done that, I don't think I would even want it to be button backed because the dog's constantly on it, we're always sitting on it, and I just feel like if we did that ourselves, obviously not professional, then I feel like it would end up at one point a button would burst. It wouldn't be as durable. So we're all taken to sitting on that with jeans with buttons and poppers on it and everything, and I just think it's a better idea just keeping it plain. So what I have got is another piece of material. I've also still got the wadding because at the moment it looks quite square without having that extra cushion underneath. So I'm going to fix that probably today. Maggie's been in season, so I thought there's no point in doing it just now in case she goes on it and makes a mess. So I just decided to leave it. She's now burst it, if you've seen it in stories. Fun times, blue foam everywhere. But I'm going to fix that today at some point, and I'm still loving the whole wooden ball thing. I've also done, Fraser's basically done everything. I've directed it. I've been basically visual director, although he comes up with ideas as well, to be fair. But I'm going to show you another few things around here because that vlog was supposed to be more kind of like home updates without all of them being finished. I think it's quite good sometimes to show the sort of in-between stages, like this behind me. This has obviously not been finished for a while now, and if you follow me over on Instagram, you've probably seen that this kind of like cardboard grid behind me has been like this for a few weeks now, whilst we've been waiting for things to finish it. But yeah, I'm just going to go around and just show you a few things that we've done, a few things that we've finished. Like I say, not finished yet, but we'll do like a whole kind of like home tour updated once we've fixed the things that we want to fix. And now we've basically done wall panelling. This is really popular just now. I've noticed it a lot on Pinterest and nurseries. Basically, if you've just got a plain wall, it's just a nice way to add a wee bit of a texture. So we use a company online, I think it's called something like, it's literally like MDF online. What's the name of the place again? Can you remember the name of that place? What was the name of that place? MDF what? Woodsheets.com. It was woodsheets.co.uk it was called. So essentially this was a wee bit more difficult just because we had to navigate the fact that our stairs go off at like an angle, of course, like that. So we had to kind of try and figure out that, and then obviously we need to get round this banister here, so the wall kind of obviously juts out underneath here. So it was a wee bit more complex to kind of work out exactly, you know, what we had to do in terms of measuring it. It was quite difficult, but if you've got a straight wall, the best way to do it is just to do like a picture frame all the way around the outside, and then measure the distance between the two ends, and then work out how many squares you can fit in between. And then all you have to do is make your measurements. So like for example, these pieces here obviously are shorter parts. They come cut, so we didn't have to cut any of these. So once you get your verticals or your horizontals, whatever way you want to do it, once you get them on first, and then you put these pieces in between, they're already cut to measure, so like it should just be a case of like sticking them on. We did use Gorilla Glue for this wall, and it is durable because obviously they're still up and none of them have fallen off. But if you're going to do it, use no more nails, because we found that much easier. The adhesion of it's just quicker. It's got like instant grip, whereas the Gorilla Glue was a bit slippy, especially these big long ones. We had to kind of prop them up sometimes or stand for like 5 minutes until they gripped the wall, which was a bit of a pain. Yeah, we're really pleased how that looks. We've filled each of the joins with decorator's filler, and then we need to buff them all down using sandpaper, but we've got an electric sander. My dad's got one, so we're going to do that at some point. It's just because it's in the stairs, it's quite dangerous. Like, how are we going to get up here? It's going to be like a circus balancing act to try and get up there. But yeah, anyway, so once we've finished sanding it and once it's all sorted, it'll just be ready to paint. I think the way to do it best is just to paint each of the bits of wood first, and then paint the kind of squares in between. That's what I've seen online that people do. It seems to be the easiest way to kind of finish it. And we're going to literally just do it in the same colour as this wall here. So this is Dulux Egyptian cotton. Now, I know you're probably thinking like that's really boring doing all the walls the same colour, but what you will be able to see is because of the window over here, each of this side, you can probably see right here, they get really dark, these sides of the wood, because the light comes from that side, so it ends up making it look quite three-dimensional. It's really nice. This is the Drave wallpaper, so it looks like a sort of vane, tree, twig type idea. Really, really nice. We actually took this paper straight into the edges of the window ledge as well. Thought that looked really nice. Just kind of finishes this area off a wee bit, and we do get quite a lot of traffic down there. So with it being a more textured paper, it's a bit more forgiving on your walls. So yeah, once that's all kind of married up, it'll have the same colour here. We no longer have the white on the walls anymore. We've got Egyptian cotton, and we've also painted the radiators. That's another thing. We really wanted to get modern radiators. I think I need to do another coat because I fixed a few wee bits that looked chipped, but I don't think I've mixed the paint well enough, so I'm going to go over all this again. But we really wanted to get the lovely graphite radiators. They're really expensive though. We have got a big one downstairs, and I think it was definitely over £100 anyway. So to replace this one and the one downstairs, it was just going to be such an unnecessary expense, and I'm not sure how much the paint cost, but it certainly is not £200. So it's just an easy way to kind of modernise them a wee bit. And then above here, I think what we will eventually do is take the mirror from downstairs, the circular one, and put it above here. I think that'll look really nice and finish this space. And then of course the other thing you've probably seen on Instagram is the doors. So I'll close this one as well so you can get the real effect. So we've changed all the doors up here to a concoction of our own mix. So Fraser came home with the black eggshell Dulux paint for doors, or for wood, and when I opened it, it just looked so deep. It just looked like really, I can't explain it. It was very, very dark and very bland. So I wanted to try and make it a slightly warmer tone of black, if that makes sense. So he also picked that one called Perfectly Taupe, which is for downstairs. So what I decided to do was get the full tin of black paint and then put in 2 big tablespoons of Perfectly Taupe and mix it. And it just lifted the colour a wee bit slightly, so it makes it more charcoaly toned than the kind of jet black. And I think it looks so much better. It kind of reminds me of a lot of the tones that Farrow and Ball use, and I know you can get a lot of them matched on Decorating Centre online, and Valspar do it as well, but just doing this was a much cheaper version for us. And I think these took about maybe, I think it was 2 or 3 coats per door. Now, bathroom door, I love the way the bathroom door looks. In fact, all of them look amazing. But what we did do with Ella's room, I just don't feel like the black would have matched inside of her room because it's so pink. So in the inside of her door, we just kind of kept white and then matched the edge nice and neatly so that she can still have her bright light pink room, but the black external part of the door will match the rest of the landing upstairs. And then if you remember rightly, we had a more natural coloured stair rail or handrail. And lucky for us, we don't have to do the spindles, it was just the handrail. And I put it on stories and said, what do you reckon, should we just go for it and do the black on here? And I'm so glad we did, because it just really marries the whole thing in. It was looking a wee bit kind of out of place having the wood effect, and as much as I do like a wee bit of wood colour in interiors just now, it was something I used to never go for, and I do quite like it now. I think if you do it right, it can look perfect. This just wasn't working, it was the wrong colour of wood. So we just painted these with the same colour. We just mixed the black with the taupe, which we've kept a little tin for, just in case we need to touch up anything and fix any wee bits. But yeah, just that was a really good job done. And I think this whole area up here just needed that bit of contrast. It was just so bright and white and, you know, kind of unfinished. Almost as unfinished as that light bulb up there, which is the next thing to go. But yeah, I'm really pleased how that's worked out. And once we get this bit done and painted, I think this whole upstairs of the hall will change massively. And then hopefully at some point as well, we'll move this light up here to just above the stairway here and get some kind of large pendant light. I think that would look amazing and really finish off the hall. Another wee thing we did in here was the bathroom. So you'll probably hear the fan going off now. But yeah, we really need to do something with the bathroom. So these bathrooms in the new builds, generally speaking, most of them are only half tiled. It's something I've never really done in a bathroom before. Every other bathroom that we've had in our other houses that we've lived in, parents' houses, flat, the old house, they were all fully tiled. So I didn't really know what to do in here. And I'd suggested a couple of times like doing wallpaper, and then kind of talked myself out it a wee bit. But God, I'm so happy we did do it. I sent Fraser to the shop for this and he picked that. How good. It matches in so well. It's got these really nice big sort of like fern leaf designs, or kind of banana leaves. I think these are banana leaves, aren't they? but it just looks lovely. I really like it. It just has a wee bit of texture, the wall's not plain anymore, and it matches in really nicely with the tiles. And then this was just leftover paint from Charlie's room, but it matches in so well, that grey. I'm convinced this is concrete something. No, it's not. It's called Muted Clay by Valspar. I'll leave links to everything below if anyone wants to find out details, or even just ask questions in the comments and I'll get back to you, because it's a lot to take in. But we got that obviously all painted, or I did it, I painted in here, and we've done the papering in here. And do you know, that's only 2 things we've done. Oh, the other thing was changing the light bulbs. We got a different colour of light bulb in here, and it just honestly made such a difference to this room. I used to hate the way that the light was in here. It was very, very yellow and very, I don't know, it wasn't very nice. And see, now it just feels a bit more welcoming to have a bath in here with that big light on. Sometimes I would sit in here with no light on because I just didn't like the yellow look in the room. It reminded me of a classroom. That's what it was like. So anyway, that is the paper. Again, if I can find the link to that, I will leave it below. I did that myself. It was actually very simple, just the fact that it was obviously the wallpaper. I think if you are going to wallpaper for the first time, that's the best kind of paper to get. Paste the wall, and then all you're literally doing is just sticking up the pieces. And this was a repeat pattern, but it was pretty much easy to identify where to match it, because it's like an easy identifiable pattern. It's quite big. So if you are going to wallpaper, I think if you're doing a repeat, make sure the pattern is quite big so you know exactly where to match it. But yeah, that was kind of an easy job. That was just done in a day. But then look, when this door's closed, how much nicer does that look? I'm so pleased with it. And then I suppose the other thing that we've changed are these doors here. So we've done a lot of door painting in our time. This is the not muted clay. This is Perfectly Taupe by Dulux. It's the one that I mixed with the black to get that nice sort of charcoaly colour for the other doors. We've done it on these wardrobe doors, and then we've also added it on this door and all the downstairs doors. So we no longer have any white doors in the house. They're all this colour, and I just absolutely love it. I think it's so much better. You can really see the difference when you can see it against the white from all the facings and the skirting boards. It just adds a nice wee bit of contrast and something different. And I really didn't like these doors before, but now I love them. Yeah, that's all the changes we've made so far. I think we were toying with the idea of putting flooring in the living room, but I think now that Maggie's out of season, we're probably going to get a new carpet for Christmas. It's just pointless getting anything new right now. We'll just wait because she's still a puppy. Probably at the best time to ever need your carpet changed is when you've got a puppy, because you're not really that bothered. But yeah, that's all the changes we've made. I really hope you enjoyed watching this, and I will leave everything that I can possibly link below. Stay tuned for another update, because this is literally like the most kind of unfinished home updates video possibly that I will do. But yeah, hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.